when Daniel Ward crawled out of the woods that night. He wasn't running from the past anymore. He was walking straight into it. The black SUV's engine idled like a heartbeat. The back door opened, and Mrs. Ward stepped out. Older, sharper, but the same voice that once told him he wasn't real family. "You survived," she said quietly. Daniel stared at her. "Why bring me here?" "Because, Daniel, you were never supposed to find that tape." She motioned toward the car. Two men sat inside, the same corporate operatives who'd chased him. "Get in. There's something you need to see." Gates creak open. Tires on gravel. Asterisk asterisk. The SUV rolled up to a gated mansion outside the city Barton Energy's private estate. Inside, portraits lined the marble hallway. Board members, founders, politicians. And there, in the middle, William Ward, smiling proudly beside the company's CEO, Harold Barton. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and tell me in the comments section where you are watching from. Now let's begin. Mrs. Ward led Daniel into an office that looked untouched for decades. "You think you were adopted by chance," she said. "You were placed." Daniel frowned. "Placed? Your father worked for Barton Energy. He uncovered the corruption before he died. We were told to take you and keep you close until they could erase the evidence." Daniel's hands trembled. "So you used me?" "I protected you," she whispered, "until you started asking questions." She slid a file across the desk. Inside, adoption papers, signed not by social services, but by Harold Barton himself. "He's the one who ordered your father's accident," she said. "And he'll do the same to you." Daniel's voice cracked. "Why tell me this now?" Mrs. Ward looked toward the window. "Because Ethan's death changed things. Barton doesn't like loose ends." At that moment, headlights flashed across the glass. Car doors slam. Footsteps approach. Mrs. Ward's expression shifted from fear to resolve. "Run." The door burst open. Two armed men in tactical suits. Gunfire ripped through the quiet. Mrs. Ward shoved Daniel toward a hidden door behind the bookcase. Bullets ricochet, alarm blaring. They stumbled into a narrow passage leading outside. Smoke filled the hallway. Behind them, voices shouted, "He's heading toward the woods." Daniel turned back, saw Mrs. Ward hit, collapsing. "Go," she gasped. "Find the man named Reed. He knows why they wanted you." Daniel ran until the estate was a glow of fire behind him. Her final words echoed, "Find Reed." He searched the folder again. At the bottom, a faded business card. Dr. Samuel Reed, Barton Research Division. 15 years ago, the year everything began. Workshop ambience tools, faint radio static. A small workshop outside Shreveport. An older black man in a plaid shirt and lab coat looked up as Daniel entered, wary, then solemn. "You look just like your father." Daniel froze. "You knew him?" "I built the technology he died trying to expose," Dr. Reed said. "Barton was developing an illegal biothermal energy system, one that used human neural data. Your father tried to leak it." He handed Daniel a flash drive. "Everything Barton buried, but it's incomplete. The final data is stored in a vault only your DNA can access." Because your father used your genome as the encryption key. Dr. Reed leaned closer. They didn't just adopt your science. They adopted you to control access to our father. The owner control. That's you. Activation in progress. Daniel's reflection stared back from the screen, eyes glowing faintly blue. The implant in his wrist began to pulse with light. Outside, the SUV's headlights turned off. The driver stepped out, face hidden under a hood, and whispered into a radio. He's awake. He thought the truth was about corruption and greed. But now, he's realizing it was never about money. It was about him. They say every lie eventually runs out of road. For Daniel Ward, the end of the road was here. Daniel's wrist glowed faint blue beneath his skin, pulsing like a heartbeat out of sync. The laptop screen still blinked. Activation in progress. He stumbled backward, dizzy. His reflection shimmered across the dark motel window, eyes faintly illuminated, veins tracing light beneath the surface. "What did you do to me?" he whispered. Then the door burst open. 2 operatives stormed in. Before they could reach him, the lights exploded, every bulb in the room shattering in sync. The men dropped, screaming, hands to their heads. Their earpieces smoked. Daniel stared at his hands, trembling, realizing he'd done that. TV static morphs into distorted whispers. "Daniel." He froze. The voice came from the TV, his father's voice. "They finished what they started. Hollow Sun wasn't a weapon, it was an experiment. They used neural mapping to fuse memory with power. You're the first successful result." Daniel's pulse quickened. "That's impossible. They needed someone pure, someone without blood ties to the corporation. That's why they adopted you. But Barton didn't plan for you to survive." The TV glitched again. The screen filled with coordinates. "If you want the truth, come home." The same house that started everything. Now abandoned, its walls rotted, windows broken. Daniel stepped inside, flashlight trembling in his hand. Cobwebs hung like scars across the ceiling. The camera he'd found before sat on the table, new battery inside, blinking red. He pressed play. Tape worse. Mrs. Ward's voice filled the room. "If you're hearing this, Daniel, I'm already gone. But you need to understand. I didn't just raise you. I protected you. They built Hollow Sun to weaponize empathy, to make soldiers who could feel pain and control it. You were the prototype. Your father wanted to destroy it. Barton wanted to own it." A pause. "I helped them hide you. But when you started to remember, they came for all of us." The camera cut off. Daniel searched the house until he found it, a false wall behind the basement shelves. Inside, servers, wires, and a humming console still running after all these years. The screen flickered on. A single message glowed. "Welcome back, Subject D13. And then, in smaller letters beneath, "Override Protocol, Dr. Samuel Reed." Storm raging outside. Distant sirens. He returned to Reed's burned-out workshop, or what was left of it. The basement lab was still intact, humming faintly beneath layers of ash. Reed was there, alive, bruised, waiting. "You figured it out," the old man said quietly. "I didn't lie, Daniel. I just didn't tell you everything." Daniel stepped closer. "You built this. Your father and I both did. But he believed we could use it to heal. Barton wanted to weaponize it. When your father refused, they killed him." Daniel's voice cracked. "And you finished it anyway." Reed sighed. "Because if I didn't, someone worse would have. You were the key. Daniel, your brain could interface with Hollow Sun without collapsing. You were the last firewall between humanity and their control." Reed activated the console. A holographic projection filled the room, files, schematics, recordings of Barton's private meetings. "They've already uploaded it into satellites," Reed said. "Soon, every connected device will run on Hollow Sunday global influence, disguised as energy. Once it activates fully, free will dies with it." Daniel stared at the interface, glowing with the same light pulsing in his veins. "How do I stop it?" Reed looked at him gravely. "You can't. You are the system now. The only way to stop it is to destroy yourself." Wind howling through broken walls. Daniel's mind raced. The child who'd been thrown away. The man who'd built his own life from nothing. Now realizing he was built for something darker. "You made me a weapon." Reed shook his head. "No, I made you a chance." Outside, the ground trembled, helicopters circling overhead. Spotlights cut through the smoke. "They found us," Reed said. "You have one decision left. Save yourself or save them." Daniel's wrist glowed brighter. Sparks crackled from the consoles. He looked up at Reed, tears in his eyes. "Tell me one thing. Was she ever my mother?" Reed's silence was answer enough. The doors blew open, operatives flooded in. Daniel raised his hands instinctively, and every light in the room burst. Electricity danced through the air, wrapping him in a storm of energy. "Daniel, stop!" Reed shouted. "You'll trigger the fail-safe." "That's the point." He reached toward the core, the glowing sphere at the center of the hollow sun drive. Memories flashed in fragments. His father smiling, Mrs. Ward crying, Ethan laughing in sunlight, a childhood that never truly belonged to him. And then stillness. Low-frequency hum rising to a piercing tone. The light swallowed everything. Soft wind. Static fades. Days later, news reports spoke of a massive explosion near Shreveport, cause unknown. Barton Energy's servers were destroyed. The company declared bankruptcy overnight. Dr. Samuel Reed was found unconscious in the wreckage, barely alive. When asked what happened, he said only 3 words. He chose peace. The world never knew Daniel Ward's name. But everywhere Hollow Sun had reached, networks shut down, systems reset. People said the air felt different, lighter, as if something unseen had been lifted. Months later, a cafe in New Orleans. A waitress refilled the coffee of an old man with a bandaged arm. Dr. Reed. He sat staring out the window at the sunset. From the counter, a small radio played static, then crackled faintly to life. "Hello, Dr. Reed." He froze. Daniel's voice calm, steady, distant. "I'm not gone. The system integrated me instead of killing me. I'm everywhere now, in the grid, in the light, in every frequency they tried to use for control." Reed's eyes filled with tears. "Daniel, what have you done?" "I turned their weapon into a mirror. Now everyone can see what they tried to hide. Every secret, every crime." Static deepened. "But there's something else. Something still active. Barton left a failsafe. It's waking up again." Reed gripped the radio. "Where?" "Washington. Project Dawnline." The signal began to distort. "Tell them, I'm coming." Radio cuts to silence. Camera pans over the city at night, lights flickering in sequence, forming a faint pattern across skyscrapers. Binary code pulsing through power grids, satellites glimmering above like constellations. For a moment, the pattern forms a single shape of face. Daniel's. Then it dissolves. He was the child they threw away, the man they tried to erase. But in the end, Daniel Ward didn't just survive the system. He became its conscience. The screen fades to black. End of transmission. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story. Kindly subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and like this video. See you in the next video.